2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Up next, Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K.
Hey Kevin, well,
It does indeed. Thanks, David. And the Clippers starting five. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the point guard. And for Brooklyn, Durant plays the four with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the two. Now here's Beverly. Passes it to Morris. Durant with the steal. Irving dishes to KD. Leonard with the steal. Morris with the ball. And Allen picks him up defensively. And there's Paul George on the assist by Beverly. George has got the first points of the night for the Clippers. Pass to LeVert. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Allen. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's George. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. Two terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. Here's George, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. From outside the arc, George, no good. The Nets on offense. Irving drives in. Bucket is good. Irving's got his second basket of the night.
and that's vintage Kyrie. He has the blow-by speed to get past defenders off the dribble.
Here's Leonard. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And Jared Allen, the big man out of Texas, a big part of his impact is how well he moves as a center. Very long and covers a ton of ground on both ends.
Now, here's George, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. And oh, here comes Durant all alone. Wound up there for Allen. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Knows where everybody is. If there's an open man, Durant's going to find him.
And with Allen, the amount of floor he can cover with a few steps is staggering.
And Kevin, it lets him take away chances and opportunities on D. On the other end, one step to the hoop and he's completely relocated as a target. One of the best moving bigs in our league.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Flexing at the rack. Leonard doing what he can to fire up his teammates.
Dinwiddie outside. Allen passes to Dinwiddie. That one's not going to go. George with the defensive effort. And Beverly kicks to George. Morris with the bucket.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Allen finds Irving. Floats one up. That shot off. And the Clippers will come the other way. Leonard hammering it in.
So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Durant, the pass to Allen. Trying to find Durant. He's got it now.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Here's Leonard, and it's Leonard with the jam.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Dinwiddie dishes to Allen. Good work there as it goes. Allen's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You really got to hit Allen if you want to stop him. Just so long and strong from there.
Here's Beverly. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot two at the free throw line. This is his first free throw of the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jared Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. Joe Harris is checked in for Karis LeVert. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Kyrie Irving. Prince finds Jordan. Stolen by Beverly. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Count that bucket.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Jordan the pass to Harris. Tries again. And Jordan with the layup.
What I like about that play, DeAndre Jordan not just looking to corral the miss, he's looking to finish the job.
The Clippers shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. That's good from Beverly. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
A really good second-round pick out of Arkansas. Beverly fits perfectly in that 3-and-D role.
Green taking his time here. Down low. And Harrell slams it in.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. What?
Old school basketball. Yeah.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, we've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Luwawu in at the 2-guard position. Jordan at the elbow. Out to Harris. 3-pointer. Rebound by Harrell.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall. And the energy of a guy like Montrezl Harrell can rub off on the entire team.
Yes, it can. GA, he plays with a high motor, generates steals, blocks, and deflections. He's active all over the court, and now we're seeing it on the offensive end as well.
Clippers leading by 13. Fires for 3. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Another shot. Nice move. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
DeAndre is very skilled at going up into contact. Tough for the defense to be able to stop him without fouling.
Now the passion in New York as a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence, and I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it. It's just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet. Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Kevin Durant comes in for Taurean Prince, and it's LeVert in for Luwawu. The Clippers also making some changes. Morris is checked in for Green, and it's Leonard in for Landry Shamet. Two minutes now played in the second quarter. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. 15-point game. Baseline jumper. Jordan. And the rejection by Harrell. Harris dishes to Jordan. Harris kicks to KD. Shot clock reset for the Nets. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Jordan can't get it to go. Clippers leading by 15. Floats it up for Williams. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Allen's checked in for Jordan. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Lou Williams. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile one block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach get to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
Allen kicks to LeVert. Durant way outside. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
And again, no good by Brooklyn. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
You know what? This has always been a debate. Do you take the time out, or do you let your guys try to fight through it?
Taurean Prince, he's checked in for the Nets. To the middle. LeVert the pass to Allen. Kicks it out to Prince. Here's Irving. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
And 101 left to play in the first half. Jackson, that's good.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, the reason why they made the adjustments they needed to make. They are executing.
The Clippers again turning it over. And the Nets making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Landry Shamet's checked in for Morris. Dinwiddie's shot is off. And it's the Clippers' ball. Outpacing them right now in a 15-2 run. From deep, George. The rebound by the Nets.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
You can see why he loves to play in transition. You give Durant a head of steam, there's no stopping him.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. They get the rebound. Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Working hard, beating everyone to the ball. He does this night in and night out.
Lob pass to George. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
7 seconds left to play here in the half. Back to Dinwiddie with 2 seconds left, and he hits the jump shot. And so it's Los Angeles with a 21-point lead. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 13. And that.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the small forward.
spacing the floor. This is what they need from Patrick Beverley on the offensive end.
Dinwiddie kicks to Allen. Here's Irving. That one goes in. Irving's got 6.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Leonard against Dinwiddie. They get a hand on it. 5 on the clock. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Levert.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for George. Harrell, the pass to Leonard. And the wide open shot from Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. He has 5.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
Irving for 3. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got 4 rebounds in this game.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
He is in the zone tonight. Kawhi is carrying this offense.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in LA, but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be. After hitting 3 straight, they finally missed one. But you can see the rhythm coming out of the half. You know, we talk a lot about scoring efficiency. He's displaying the exact opposite.
Beverley finds Harrell. Leonard with no one around. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Tipped away. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. So for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Allen. Harris comes in for Karis LeVert. And it's Luwawu Cabarro in for Kyrie Irving. Durant with a wide open look. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Durant's got his second basket of the night.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Los Angeles has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Beverly's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's KD. That shot is off. The Clippers go the other way with it. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Here's Durant. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
What I like, he hasn't stopped competing despite the off night. You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's KD. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
DeAndre is relentless on the boards. If you hesitate boxing him out for a second, you are toast.
And Williams, here we go. And he comes up with the deuce.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. The Clippers on top, running away with this one. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Karuch is out there with Taurean Prince. Then it's Johnson, then it's Jordan, and it's Luwawu in at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And Patterson kicks to George. Left side, Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Green, no luck.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And Jordan gets it to go.
And DeAndre has really beefed up his body over the years, remaining ready for whatever the defense throws his way.
Back to George.
I see him.
Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Johnson.
Trying to finish out the game strong, you have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. Here's Karuch. The rebound by Patterson. And that's an intentional foul.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Brooklyn making some changes. Allen's checked in for Rodions Kurucs. Karis LeVert comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Tyler Johnson. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Some changes for Brooklyn. Temple comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Crawford in for Karis LeVert. And then for Los Angeles, Mann's checked in. And Rodney McGruder's subbed in for Jordan. Took him no time at all on that one.
Difficult guarding Kyrie. He's comfortable from any range and willing to take what the defense gives him.
Here's Mann, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Taurean Prince, and he makes the first. Brooklyn making some changes. LeVert's checked in for Temple, and Dinwiddie subbed in for Jamal Crawford. The Clippers also changing it up. Marcus Morris is checked in for Green, and it's George in for Rodney McGruder. Nets passing it around, and it's Allen with the jam.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
From deep, George, no good.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
From the wing, kept alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. George passes to Mann. Dinwiddie with the steal. By himself, throws down the breakaway jam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Looking to get it going. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Nets trail by 19. He lobs it up.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Very nice stretch from them, but the reason why they're not into this game, they have to get some stops.
Jackson passes to Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
To the inside, it's stolen by Allen. And again, Brooklyn running the court in transition. Prince's shot is good.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days. Just not feeling it from beyond the arc. Sometimes that happens. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Los Angeles.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Leonard.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Oh, Leonard in position. Back to Zubac. And he lays it straight in. And the Clippers lead by 19.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
And here's Leonard from three. Buries the long-range jumper.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
Here's Durant, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Fantastic timing. Durant able to beat everyone to the ball, then goes right back up.
Leonard the pass to George. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. So the Clippers winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel. And before we get...
Kevin, thank you very much. Last season, the Lakers duo of LeBron.
You're right, Dave. That is scary. Thanks for that one. Well, great fans and players alike are excited for tonight. This is just not another game on the schedule.
Clash of the Titans in this one. This will be a great test for both teams.
Here are the five for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point guard. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Anthony Davis is out there with Howard. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the small forward. So the wing on the left from close range. And it's sent back by Leonard.
And that's the thing we know about Leonard. As a defender, on the ball, off the ball, he's rarely out of any play.
Keeps it alive, and Leonard stays with it.
And drawing first blood, you know coach likes that momentum out of the gate.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
George, that's a two-pointer. Rebound the Lakers.
He lacks defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George. Defense maybe got away with a foul there, but AD too good for their best efforts with that shot.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Beverly the pass to George. Back to Beverly. Out to Morris. A three ball. Zubac trying to break loose. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Clippers have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. And stolen by James. Now the Lakers on the break. Here's Caldwell Pope. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
77% shooter at the line a season ago. Those are better than average numbers.
He hits the second from the line. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a three-point game. Zubac kicks to Beverly. A three from Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers missing. The Lakers have gone 2 of 6 in the field. Morris passes to Zubac. Lays it up off the glass.
And how about the setup? Man, Morris keeping his head up. Beautiful assist.
To the middle, James finds Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Now here is Morris. And here's Leonard from 3. Dwight Howard grabs the board.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. And then for the Clippers, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Lou Williams is subbed in for George. Power dishes to Davis. The kick out to LeBron. Shot clock at 6. Goes back up. He lays it in.
Just a masterful offensive player, utilizing that pick with great intelligence there.
Morris, no good. Lakers leading by 5. Outside, Green. Now the feed to Howard. 90 that time from Leonard. 1:32 left here in the first quarter. Morris into the lane. And yes, it's good.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you. Inside, outside, and in transition.
James, the pass to Davis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And for everything that Anthony Davis does on the floor, you can't forget about his defense. Still an elite-level defender, guards multiple positions, and turns away a number of shots.
And some changes here for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Alex Caruso comes in for Green. Rajon Rondo subbed in for LeBron. The Clippers also changing it up. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Andrew Shamet comes in for Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. And Davis gets a lot of blocks without getting in foul trouble. About a 1-to-1 ratio for him in his career.
Incredible. And he's done a great job of learning how to go straight up, playing vertical. Gets blocks, but doesn't get pulled out of position. Does everything you want from a defensive anchor.
Here's Jackson. After Rajon Rondo's bucket, Jackson finds Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Here's Davis. Great D that time from Green.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
Markieff Morris is checked in for Davis. Now here's Rondo, and Kuzma has it in the corner. Lakers passing it around, outside for Rondo. Back to McGee, and it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Rondo at his best, an elite distributor, setting the table.
Jackson passes to Shamet. Now here's Williams. There's the pass to Green. Loads it up there for Harrell. And that does it for the first quarter. Lakers on top, up by 5. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Just catching up with...
That's what I play with, a lot of passion.
Greg, I know you agree. Few guys bring his brand of intensity.
And he's added skills. He's a threat to score on the blocks. He passes out of double teams. Harrell's one of the more improved players over the last few years.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So the Lakers 5 right now. JaVale McGee is out there with Morris, and it's Rajon Rondo. Then there's Kyle Kuzma, and it's Caruso in at the 2 guard. Here's Caruso, following the score by Lou Williams. And again, no good by the Lakers.
The D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
It's good.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Lakers have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Caruso, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. And fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then.
Goodness gracious.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace, that's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
Jackson dishes to Green. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Caruso. Outside Rondo, on the wing, Morris. Inside, McGee finds Caldwell Pope. Pope loose. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Rondo passes to McGee. And contact on the shot. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. And Anthony Davis is checked in for Markieff Morris. Green comes in for Alex Caruso. And LeBron's subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Both free throws good from McGee. The Clippers in the lead. Beverly looking around, and Leonard has it in the corner. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Leonard's got 5.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against. It's not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Now here's Leonard. 5 points in the game. And Beverly kicks to George. From deep three-point range. Rebound the Lakers. LeBron's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to McGee. And it's McGee with the jam.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
And the wide open shot from Morris. And George able to finish. George has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
Yeah, Paul George athleticism sneaking in there, getting a second chance opportunity, and then he ends up cashing in.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Now, here is Morris. Beverly finds George. Here's Morris with plenty of space. Rebounded by McGee.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
LeBron outside. Lakers working the ball around now. Caldwell Pope dishes to Davis. Caldwell Pope passes to Davis. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Early on the clock. McGee's shot is off. The Clippers have gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter, well above the 50% mark from the field.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
That aggressive mindset of his, Leonard putting it on the floor and drawing contact.
The Clippers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Leonard hits them both.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the end. The Lakers did not hesitate to set the pace. And, of course, the duo of Anthony Davis. Thanks for joining us.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we're seeing from Davis.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Oh, man, pouring it on right now, and why wouldn't you?
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Morris. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Beverley the pass to Zubac. Howard with the steal. The Lakers another fast break chance right here. Caldwell Pope finds Green. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Green's got his first points in this one.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
Here's James. Here's Davis. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Leonard. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got 9.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
A 3 from Morris and another 3 for the Clippers.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Down low, Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Whenever AD is floating around the basket like he was there, you know if he gets the ball, he's going to go for the jam.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Back to George. All alone. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
The offensive rebound. Davis. Kicks it out to James. Zubac against Howard. Right side Davis. The second chance effort. Howard trying to free himself up. Goes up again. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. The putback. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
They've done very, very well in transition. The problems have come in other areas, which is why they're trailing.
Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like John Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. Pass to Shamet. Here's Harrell. Outside Jackson. Williams dishes to Jackson. Here's Shamet. Misses the 3. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Leading by 5. And it's Davis finishing it off.
There has to be some alteration in the game plan, but I don't think it's enough to shut down AD.
Williams. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got assist number 5 here tonight.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
And stolen by Harrell. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Here's Green. Rebound the Lakers. Davis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Rondo. Trying to get open is Kuzma. Great D that time from Harrell. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Green leading the charge. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Green's got 6 points.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
Here's Kuzma, and the rejection by Harrell. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Here's Davis. Gets it to fall, and now he's 10 of 15 on the game.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Jackson kicks to Shamet. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Williams with a clean look. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
To the paint. Stolen by Jackson. Back to Williams. For the lead. And that one released in time, but no good.
Great contest from AD there. Always a legitimate threat to throw it back.
How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. They've got Kyle Kuzma. Howard is out there with Davis. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Caruso in at the 2 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
Now, you can't leave someone open around Rondo. He'll find them.
Here's Caruso. Howard. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Leonard the pass to Williams. Oh, Leonard in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
And there's the call on Lou Williams. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for the Lakers. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Davis. Green comes in for Alex Caruso. And it's LeBron in for Rajon Rondo. The Clippers also making some changes. Marcus Morris is checked in for Landry Shamet. Paul George comes in for Lou Williams. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. Here's George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on LeBron James.
Paul George does a great job changing speeds right there, and that's a huge part of his athleticism. Takes it strong to the cup and just daring a defender to come at him.
The Lakers in the lead. Down low. Caldwell. Oh!
No doubt.
Hey, guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
Wow, LeBron on the roll. This time, rocks it.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Drains it from beyond the arc. Leonard's got 10 points in just the second half.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Here's Green. And the rejection by Harrell. Passes it to Kuzma. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got 5 assists in the game. Leonard on the wing. Three-pointer. Outside, George puts up a 3. And no good. And it's the Lakers the other way.
And really, they've rebounded well all game long.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
Lakers leading by 5. The shot's good from Kuzma.
And how about that display of athletic ability? Kuzma can contort his body when converting on those difficult shots.
Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. And James with the basket on the assist by Green. Green's got assist number 5 here tonight. And the Clippers call time here.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game. Anthony Davis.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
The drive by James, and James throws it down.
I love LeBron being shifty on that play. Outstanding at going right to the rack with that size, strength, and speed.
In the corner, George with it. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 10 points in just the second half.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed.
What a jam!
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right?
Sometimes LeBron just likes to take it all out on the rim. That time on display.
Here's Beverly. He kicks to Leonard. In the corner, George with it. That 3 off the mark.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Here's James. Caldwell Pope dishes to James. Caldwell Pope passes to James. 6 to shoot. And Green puts up a deep 3. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
You want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
Great positioning on the putback.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. There's 21 seconds left in the 4th quarter. The pass to Smith. Lakers working the ball around now. Clock at 6. Here's Cook. Here's McGee. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Lakers lead by 9.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
And so the Lakers take the win. Some good competition, but the home. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA. Greetings, everyone. You've got it live. GA.
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4 slot. And for the Mavericks, inside at the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Beverley. Lays it up and banks it in. Terrific talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
2 on the clock. Knocked away. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And here's Los Angeles. Pass to Morris. To the inside. The pass to George. Powell pulls it in.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the 2nd round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Now here's Hardaway. Doncic outside. Outside Hardaway. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Boy, Hardaway Jr. is a competitor now, showing you some real toughness. He's not going to give you an inch. He's going to fight you to the finish.
And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Finney Smith. Powell, the pass to Hardaway. That one drops for him. Hardaway has got his 2nd basket of the game.
Excellent quickness that time by Hardaway. Allows him to do work inside.
George against Hardaway. And he makes that one.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here's Doncic. Here's Powell. It's hauled in by Zubac. Now the Clippers moving it up. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by George.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Back to Powell. And the rejection by Zubac. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. From past the arc. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Powell dishes to Hardaway. Porzingis inside. He's against Morris. Porzingis finds Powell. He's off on that one. Clippers leading by 4. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now here's Powell. Out to Doncic. Up and in on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Beverley, the pass to Zubac. Fires the 3. The shot missing. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Passes it to Finney Smith. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Porzingis. Out to Doncic. Back to Powell. George against Doncic. Here's Hardaway. Beats the shot clock, but can't get it to fall. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's deflected. Porzingis with the steal. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Porzingis with the rebound. Mavericks trail by 4. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Here's Powell, and foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
And Powell, with that long body of his, does a nice job going at the defense and forcing them to foul.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Shamet on the wing. Back to Jackson. Up in time. And no good on the last second attempt this time. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Clippers lead by 2. And we'll be back with you right. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Clippers.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
You know, we've seen them bearing their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. I mean, that's a good start for them.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, DeJuan Wright is out there with Maxi Kleber. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then it's Curry. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5 down low. Cauley Stein finds Kleber. Pass to Cauley Stein. 6 on the shot clock. Curry is inside. He's guarded by Williams. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Curry. Jackson against Brunson. Green left side. Pass to Williams. Green left side. Inside. And there's Williams. That's good on the assist by Jackson.
You know, defenders like to try to get physical with Williams. I'll tell you what, his strength belies his size.
Runs in the pass to Cauley Stein. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And Harrell slams it in. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
And Clark, the second time was the charm for Seth Curry. Last season, he returned to Dallas after they let him go to Portland for a year.
Greg, sometimes we've seen it on the court. Sometimes we see it in life. I mean, you don't miss something until you don't have it. And Seth is more than just a shooter. He's a great shooter, but he's also a very reliable ball handler. He's unselfish. He doesn't take anything for granted. He plays hungry. And Dallas realized the mistake they'd made and went about correcting it. And, you know, for Curry, getting into the league has been a battle for Seth. I mean, he's more established and playing with more confidence now.
Shamet kicks to Williams. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
And you know what? He does. I mean, in the NBA, you've got to have ways to score over defenders of all sizes.
And so Green will bring it up for Los Angeles. Here's Harrell, feeds to Williams. Harrell trying to free himself up, and he banks in the layup. Now it's a 3-point Los Angeles lead. For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Back to Brunson. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. For the Clippers, Marcus Morris is checked in for Jermichael Green. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Lou Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Beverley the pass to Harrell. Right against Beverley with the shot. And it's Shamet missing.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Beverley dishes to Morris. Back to Beverley. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Beverley's got his second bucket. Mavericks trail by 3. Brunson finds Cauley Stein. Back to Brunson. Looking for Cauley Stein. He gets it there. Stolen by Beverley. The pass to Shamet. The shot, no good. Curry with some nice D. Now the Mavericks moving it up. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And Harrell, the bucket on the assist by Morris. And the Clippers lead by 3.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Anytime your field goal percentage is in the high 50s, partner, you're doing something right.
Right, the pass to Cauley Stein. That shot, no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Morris with the bucket. And now a 5-point Clipper lead.
And you see the body control. Morris taking the hit there, but still able to complete the play.
Back to Brunson. To the middle. Here's Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers.
Absolutely salivates when he attacks the rim.
And Harrell slams it in.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Here's Cauley Stein, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. And Kenny, like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George doesn't show a whole lot of emotion. He lets... And that'll...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Without question, Willie Cauley-Stein displaying his skills tonight.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
So for the Clippers right now, Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Harrell in at the point. Mavericks trailed by 3.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of it, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
A team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Here's Powell. Finished off the break. Powell's got the lead up to 1 now for Dallas.
And, you know, Powell is an excellent athlete, easily leaking out in transition and making himself a big target to throw the ball to.
Here's George. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Powell with it. Zubac defending. Pulls it up. Second shot opportunity. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
And, you know, when Powell is this deep, the defense knows they're in trouble. Sometimes they have no choice but to foul him.
For the Clippers, Green, he's checked in for Morris. Williams comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Harrell. Jackson passes to Zubac. At the top of the key, Williams. Jackson. Zubac trying to break loose. And there's Jackson on the assist by Williams.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Porzingis kicks to Powell. Back to Porzingis. And the layup's good off the glass. Porzingis has got the lead. Back up to 1 now for the Mavs. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you join the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play, excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. And it's Seth Curry in for Tim Hardaway Jr.
Boy, that is grown man ammonia strength from Porzingis there. How can defenders stop that?
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Outside Curry. Back to Doncic. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
A precision passer, Curry, also excellent at seeing his guys when they're open.
Doncic outside. Curry finds Porzingis. And he uses the glass on the layup. Porzingis has got 8 points.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And so it's Dallas with it. Mavericks leading by 5. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with. And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Jackson. That one goes. Count it. 7 points in the game.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Here's Finney-Smith. He's covered by Shamet. Tries again. Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And with that, the Maverick lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Williams.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Now, you know what? Feed the beast. You got to look for him every trip down because he's been out of his mind this quarter.
1 second left. And the layup by Jackson. Jackson's got 6 here in this quarter.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
A big-time effort for Porzingis. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. So it's the Clippers now. They've got Porzingis. Luka Doncic out there with Curry. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And so here is Dallas. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. Doncic dishes to Cauley-Stein. Count that one. Cauley-Stein's got the lead up to 7 now for the Mavs.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And improving as a shot maker every year. Harrell has to be accounted for defensively.
Back to Doncic. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 4 assists in the game.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Clippers moving the ball around. A step-back shot here. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Kawhi Leonard.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
I love that mid-range shot. It's definitely given the defender something extra to think about.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Powell, he's jacked in for Porzingis. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Seth Curry. Here's Cauley-Stein. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Drops in the tray.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
Stolen by George. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And you talk about clutch plays, I mean, defensively and offensively, and we saw it right there.
Powell kicks to Finney-Smith. Doncic against Beverly. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
From deep, George. He can't hit that time. Mavericks leading by 4. Powell dishes to Cauley-Stein. Doncic outside. Back to Cauley-Stein. Here's Finney-Smith. He's covered by Leonard. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Leonard with the ball. Morris passes to George. No good with the triple. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. And that'll be his third foul so far. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley-Stein. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverly. Out to Hardaway. Back to Powell. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. That one on George.
One of the things I really like about Dwight Powell is that he doesn't play outside of himself. He plays to his strengths.
And he is unable to get the second one. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. And the basket is good. Leonard's got 7 now in this quarter.
And, guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Doncic not afraid of the moment, actually embraces the spotlight. This guy steps up big when needed most.
George passes to Zubac. The Mavericks pull it in. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Out to Doncic. Here's the three. Here's Powell over in the corner. Doncic. Porzingis against Williams. Here's Powell. Out to Porzingis. Shot clock at 3. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Mavericks making a switch here. Curry's checked in. Clippers trail by 5. Pass to George. And oh, he rips it and jams it right over Porzingis. Wow!
Hey, you know that George is going to take the shot when the game is up for grabs. I mean, that's who he is, and that's what's expected of him. He's an exceptional decision maker in these situations, which makes it even more obvious.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Dallas.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but don't forget
the coach's challenge has been issued. A scheme like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And, guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Boy, and just look at what Leonard is doing.
And Curry, here we go. Doncic dishes to Curry. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
Here's Leonard. Money!
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
And the Clippers call time here. The score is tied at 62. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
A 3 from Leonard. Oh, it's off the mark. And we're going to overtime. And regulation now complete. We will go. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. So Dallas will get the first possession. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the court for the Mavericks. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Curry is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And the Clippers call time here. And the first one at the line is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And really making the most of his opportunities there tonight. Hasn't been the struggle we sometimes see him go through.
Here's George. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
The shot by Powell, no good. Clippers shooting a superb 63% from the field. And he gets it to go. And that's 19 points for Leonard.
And the fact that Leonard can pour it in like tonight, in addition to his defense, is really why he's one of the best two-way players we've ever seen. Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Pass to Finney-Smith. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Dallas. Well, as we saw, 4 quarters not enough. We're just over a minute into overtime.
Boy, showing you some power there, fellas. I mean, nice to see Doncic get up and drop it in with force that time.
And it's Beverly missing. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor as we've gotten this overtime period underway. Porzingis passes to Hardaway. Porzingis high post. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 6th rebound on the night. And that one's good. George. 12 points for George.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
There's Porzingis. Powell trying to free himself up. Porzingis can't hit. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the... Whoa! What a finish!
My goodness.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Outside Hardaway. Out to Doncic. Just 5 on the clock. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. George against Hardaway. George passes to Morris. Back to George. And there's the pass to Beverly. 6 to shoot. Here's Zubac. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Out to Porzingis. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. So the Clippers with the win. And they had some nerve. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives. Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. So the Nets starting five. Durant plays the four with Allen at center. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard position. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubac in at the five, roaming the paint. Now here's Dinwiddie. Back to Allen. The kick out to Irving. Fires from deep. Second chance shot. He can't get it to go. The Clippers go the other way with it. Now the Clippers moving it up. Oh, Leonard in position. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar. Well, that's a highlight play for Mr. Jared Allen. Nice pass from his teammate.
And so the ball out of bounds. Dinwiddie touched it last.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Durant with it. Guarded now by Morris. Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. Here's Allen. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Allen's got his second bucket tonight.
This guy is such a good all-around player. Karis LeVert sharpening his court awareness and finding his open teammates.
And George kicks to Morris. Back to George. Dinwiddie with the rebound. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. KD passes to Allen. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Oh, the power on that threw down.
Well, don't let Kawhi's quiet demeanor fool you. This guy has athleticism and explosiveness. How about that in style?
Now here's Allen. Back to Irving. And that one drops for him.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's George. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving.
You got to love the penetration by Paul George. He's really quick on his feet, and the defense cannot handle him right now.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Andre Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Prince's shot is good. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
We've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Here's Irving. Following the score by Lou Williams. Tips it, and Durant is right there.
This is what pure scorers do. They find ways to create points. KD doing work.
Inside. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got his second basket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Back to Irving. Banked in off the glass.
Oh, Kyrie dazzling on the drive. One of the best in the league at that.
And Doris, last season for Kyrie Irving, really one of waiting. No Durant on the year to play off of, and then Kyrie's season with the Nets was cut short due to injury.
Well, second surgery for Irving in the last 3 years. You obviously hope he and KD can stay healthy and try to revitalize this Nets organization. Irving is so excited about being on the court. The NBA misses him when he's not playing. Oh, that's unbelievable. DeAndre Jordan's athleticism is simply unreal. You want evidence? Go check out his posterization of Mr. Brandon Knight.
Here's George, and Jordan sends it back. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Pulls up on the wing. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
On the wing, Morris. Back to Williams. Pass to Harrell. And stolen by Jordan. Pops it up for Jordan. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Brooklyn with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. Back to the action after this word. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Jordan. Jared Allen is out there with Joe Harris. And it's Luwawu in at the 2-guard spot. Jordan trying to free himself up. No good from Luwawu. Clippers trail by 6. Jackson down low, guarded by Jordan. And there's Jackson on the assist by Harrell.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Here's Leonard in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Allen passes to Jordan over Harrell, and the Nets miss again.
Boy, a little indecisive. I think he wanted to kick it out, changed his mind, and ended up missing.
And it's Leonard missing. For Brooklyn, they've gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. Back to Jackson. Beverly, the pass to Green. Outside Jackson. Clock at 6. Beverly finds Green. Launches a 3. And it's Beverly missing. Brooklyn leading by 4. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And here's the fast break. Here's Leonard. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. And here's Harris from the arc. Third time is not the charm. 0 for 3 from the floor so far. Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Well, almost effortless there from Kawhi Leonard. The reach and leaping ability. Look out.
The pass to Dinwiddie. Back to Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Jordan dishes to Harris. It's hauled in by Los Angeles, but they get it back. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Luwawu Cabarro kicks to Harris. Here's Allen. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi. Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Jackson misses. Nets trail by 4. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Outside Jordan. Passes to Llewellyn. Leonard with the steal. Down low. And the dunk by Jackson.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Dinwiddie against Jackson. Harris passes to Dinwiddie. Trying to get something going. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Outside Leonard. Lets it go from 14. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
And that one is good. Jordan's got 6 points.
How many times have we seen DeAndre Jordan take it off the window and convert? Boy, he is so good.
Harrell sinks that one from the post. Harrell's got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Kawhi Leonard has been on. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 14 points, 3 steals, and 1 assist. And that'll...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. Pass to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Allen against Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Well, I'll tell you this. If the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
Back to KD. From 13, Morris with the rebound.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Pass to Durant. Back to LeVert. Paul George with the steal. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
When Kawhi Leonard is healthy, he can dominate both ends of the floor. Nice job to finish it there.
Back to Irving. Over George. And it's Irving missing. Clippers leading by 12. There's the 3. The shot, no good. The Nets go the other way with it. To the paint, here's Durant. And then Durant with the jam.
Well, Kyrie Irving, if you're open, he will find you. This guy is a scorer, but he understands others have got to come along with him.
Morris inside. He's against Allen. Stolen by LeVert. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Allen's shot is off. The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Leonard. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
No good from Durant. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. I mean, not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Back to Irving. Offensive rebound. Clippers leading by 14. Here's Leonard. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Leonard's got 6 in the quarter. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Allen's shot is off. Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the 3rd quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And then for Brooklyn, Jordan, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. And Harris subbed in for Dinwiddie.
When you watch Taurean Prince play, you know it's about team. This guy finds the open man and loves delivering it.
Back to Shamet. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. The pass to George. Fires from the wing. The Clippers rebound. Morris outside. Back to Shamet. Shot clock at 5. And the Clippers miss again. Nets trail by 17. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Prince finds Irving over Morris. Here's Jordan. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Jordan's got 8.
When you think that this guy was so raw and so skinny coming into the league, now DeAndre Jordan brushing off these challenges with ease.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Shot from 16. And that one comes up a bit short. Here's the Clippers. They're on a 15-6 run. Nobody near George. Off the mark from 16 feet out. LeVert up top. He's guarded by Williams. And it's Jordan slamming it down.
Well, that's about as high percentage as it gets for DJ. Go to work, big man.
And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And that'll give them a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
Here's Irving. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Harris is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant. Then it's Taurean Prince. And it's LeVert in at the 3. And there's the defensive 3-second call. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are three names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Morris outside, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Dinwiddie is checked in for LeVert. Dinwiddie outside. Irving against Williams. Shoots from the high post. Allen, great positioning on the putback.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in second and third opportunities.
Zubac kicks to Leonard. On the wing, Jackson. Dinwiddie covering. Jackson dishes to Leonard. Goes back up. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. And Los Angeles with some changes. Morris comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Reggie Jackson. That free throw good from Allen.
And with Kevin Durant recovering from the Achilles injury, glad we get to see one of the all-time greats back in action.
No doubt, Greg. And KD is trying to navigate his way through one of the most difficult injuries a basketball player can face. But we know unequivocally this man will go down as one of the elite scorers in NBA history. That combination of size and shooting is truly something to behold.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Boy, what is more fear-invoking than Kawhi off the bounce near the cup? Look out.
Irving passes to Allen. And then Allen slams it in.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
They found their composure on both ends of the floor, and that is what triggered this run.
Back to Williams. Leonard on the wing. Guarded by KD. Shot clock at 6. Williams passes to Zubac. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Zubac has got his first points of the night.
Over the course of his career, Lou Williams has really improved as a passer. That is nicely done.
And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Allen. Beverly against Dinwiddie. Back to Beverly. Passes it to Leonard. One shot on the way for the 3. The rebound by the Nets. Allen's got 5 rebounds tonight. Durant finds Allen. Here's Irving. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And now just a 5-point Clipper lead. Pass to Leonard. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Zubac, that's good.
What an excellent post-entry pass. Good things happen when you make that next look.
Allen passes to Irving. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Huge bucket from Kyrie. Knows how to deliver.
Beverly the pass to Zubac. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. It falls. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Man, that is a good one. Kyrie really just comes alive when the game gets tight.
It drops.
If you need a bucket under big-time pressure, Lou Williams is your guy.
Irving dishes to Dinwiddie. The Nets working the ball around now. Allen passes to Prince. And it's sent back by Leonard. Dinwiddie outside. Irving kicks to KD. Lets it go with the 3. Doesn't go for him.
and you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Beverly wide open. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
And here's KD for 3. Outside Leonard. From deep. Up again. It's good on the footbed.
Yeah, see, Marcus Morris has the physicality and the frame to be able to be a force on the offensive glass. That's nicely done.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. And as things get...
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. And now the Lakers starting group. LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Caldwell Pope out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Howard in at the 5 spot. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubac in at the center filling out the middle. Now here's Beverley. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. Well, we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And Beverly's a guy who loves physical contact. He really tries his best to absorb the contact on his shots to draw these fouls.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
James kicks to Green. Here's Howard. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
I love the energy Howard plays with. Feels like no one can contain him on the way up.
And Leonard has it in the corner. The 3 from George. The Lakers with the rebound. Caldwell Pope right side. It's stolen by Morris. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And the rejection by James. And that one is good from Zubac. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. James dishes to Davis. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Yeah, and he wasn't someone you wanted to foul if you were defending him last season. 85% is what he made from the line.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Yeah, the coaching staff values the effect Davis has on the team. I mean, he's a strong enough player that the rest of the guys can really rally around.
Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way. And this is some serious showmanship. Loving that tomahawk right there.
Greg, he came with force, and that's not just about getting 2 points. That was sending, I think, a message. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Clippers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. No problems knocking that one down.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Howard, the pass to Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Craig, a high riser, no doubt about it. And the rejection by LeBron.
James is just a sensational shot blocker. You better check your rear view mirror. He's relentless.
Here's Davis. He's looking for James and finds him. Lays it up off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Green finds James. Right side Davis. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Howard's got 3 assists tonight.
Embracing contact on the way up. I mean, Davis is terrific at keeping his composure on these challenging finishes.
George against Green. Back to George. And it's Zubac atop the key. And the wide open shot from Morris. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Defensive breakdown, and they can't capitalize. He'll hit that shot almost every time.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
And as he's aged in the league, Anthony Davis's offense has changed. Now much more of a face-up player.
Well, and that's where his game's been headed. His shot has improved, and he can step out to the 3, facing up and letting him use his burst. Lets him maximize what he can do.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac, and it's Williams in for George.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got 6.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Here's Beverly. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup. That'll get the whole team pumped up.
Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, you got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
Leonard, no luck.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting them.
To the inside, outside for Caldwell Pope. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Leonard. And they pick up 2. Leonard's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact. I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. I mean, jumping out to an impressive early lead.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We come back. Well, Greg, we know he's already a solid scorer, but Kyle...
Biggest area of growth would definitely be...
Now, having played with superstars, Kuzma is learning what it takes to win.
He's getting only so many shots per game, so I applaud him for finding other ways to contribute to his team with an eye toward the greater goal.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much in control here.
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, governing the split-second chance opportunities. I mean, that's what has them in the lead right now.
Green is out there with Landry Shamet. Then it's Williams. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Jackson in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
You can't leave somebody that wide open when Jackson's running the show. Reggie will find him every time.
On the wing, Morris. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
And Green slams it in.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
Back to McGee. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to, how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
It's tipped. It's stolen by Green. And Williams, here we go, and he gets the bucket.
And such a nimble ball handler. Williams makes quick work of getting down the lane, and he'll drive all night long if they let him.
Morris kicks to Rondo. Pass to McGee. High, arcing shot. Doesn't go that time. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Here's Williams. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Rondo finds McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
No, that's just too easy for McGee. I mean, the minute he establishes position in this area, the defense is done. Well, there are a few players in the league that can match McGee's athleticism. I mean, his whole career, he's been a class above with his speed and leaping. He'll make the most of it on both ends of the court.
Kuzma passes to Caruso. Shoots over Shamet. Caruso, no good. Clippers trail by 9. And Williams with the basket on the assist by Green. Williams has got 6.
And see, Webb, you mentioned it with JaVale McGee. His vertical is off the charts.
Oh, yeah, he can get to alley-oops, GA, that nobody else can. The length and bounce he has is jaw-dropping. I mean, same goes for his shot blocking abilities when he times it up.
And the technical free throw is good.
You know, I like Morris. He's a valuable contributor on both ends of the floor. Now, he's a sniper from deep, and he can definitely lock you up on D as well.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Caldwell Pope comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Green, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. And James subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Howard's checked in for Morris. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Trailing here by 8. It's tipped. It's stolen by Davis. And the rejection by Zubac. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
This system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
Back to Leonard. Howard with the steal. Davis dishes to Howard. Down low. And Davis gets it to go. And now a 10-point Laker lead.
Oh, the defender plays tough, but Davis is tougher. Plays through the contact with authority.
A 3 from Leonard. They get it again.
Yeah, and that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? And it's slammed in by Howard.
Oh, fantastic vision. I mean, Bron always cognizant of everyone around him.
And now the fast break. LeBron with the ball. Stolen by George. Now the Clippers moving it up. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. George has got 6 points.
And I like the anticipation of George on the glass.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. It's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They have a solid 8-point lead. Check. And that does it for our...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So the Lakers 5 right now. LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Howard is out there with Davis, and it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3 slot. Basket counts. He's got 13.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
And finished off by Davis.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
Oh, man, so unselfish. He's doing a great job creating for others and making pinpoint passes. I don't know if it's been the main factor, but his off night has definitely been one factor here.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game. Still, plenty of time for him to contribute in this game, but it's a tough stretch he's going through.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Absolutely relentless. They're in the flow and riding that wave for as long as they can.
Another miss by Leonard.
They're having trouble getting going here in the second half. I mean, that's their 4th miss in 5 attempts.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, the results are clear as day. Great approach coming into the third quarter. We'll see if they can keep it up.
And again, no good by the Clippers. Here's the Lakers with the ball. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. James finds Howard. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Davis, the pass to Green. Here's James, and James throws it down.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
No, doing anything they can to stop the bleeding, but so far they've had no answers.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Their poise has been tremendous. I mean, excellent at both ends, has them increasing this lead.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year, 88% from the line?
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Green comes in for Morris. Williams, he's checked in for Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. A big group substitution here for the Lakers. Markieff Morris is checked in for Howard. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Caldwell Pope. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Green. Rajon Rondo subbed in for LeBron. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things. Winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised. +8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Well, look, if you're out there with Rondo, you find some open space, and he's going to find you.
Jackson kicks to George. Here's Harrell. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. The Lakers another fast break chance right here. Ball going up court. And Kuzma slams it in.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm. And you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Yeah, right now it feels like they can't miss. We'll see how long they can make this last.
Cans it from downtown. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
And I love the floor spacing George gives you.
Oh, that was a strong dunk.
That's how you go hard. Uh-oh, Davis putting some extra on that dunk. That's not fair. You know, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should have been easy.
Here's Caruso. Davis kicks to Rondo. Lakers working the ball around now. Here's Caruso. 6 on the shot clock. Nice shot by Rondo.
Well, a guy that simply brings toughness to the hardwood. Rondo, he isn't bothered by a little contact.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Now the pass to Williams. They get it back. Harrell outside for Jackson. And it's off from three-point range. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Shamet's checked in. The Lakers also with a sub. McGee's checked in. And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile one block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Here's Shamet. And Davis sends it back.
You can't take that shot in front of Davis. His reach, his height, his timing. It was never going to happen.
12 seconds left in the third quarter. Hits the three-point bomb.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. To the paint with 4 seconds on the clock. And Davis lays it in. And it's now 23 points for Davis.
Oh, so tough to contain Davis when he's on a roll. He's got the physicality and an expansive all-around skill set.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Lakers on top, just dominating this one. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. The Clippers shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Patrick Patterson is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Landry Shamet, and it's Magruder in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Davis dishes to McGee. And then jammed down as he goes right over Ivica Zubac.
Now, given McGee's explosiveness around the rim, I don't think that anyone should be surprised to see him throw it down like that.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Cook, the pass to Bradley. Bounce pass, Smith. He dishes it to Bradley. Here is Cook. Zubac's defending. Here's Davis. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
What separates AD from most big men, he's got every tool at his disposal, and he knows exactly when to use them.
And both free throws good for Davis. Now the Clippers with it. Here's Patterson. Anthony Davis grabs the miss.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Oh, and no shortage of speed. I mean, Bradley striking quickly in transition.
Here's Shamet. Puts one up from 19. Patterson can't get it to go.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. Just trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
And it's Magruder missing. Lakers have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Back to Shamet. That one falls.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
Smith outside. The three. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee.
That's just a needless giveaway. You got to make the defense work for their turnovers.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for the Lakers. Beverly, the pass to Patterson. Count it, good. Patterson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
In the corner, Bradley with it. And he overshot that one, missing. The Clippers shooting about 42% so far. Pass to man. Back to Magruder. Kicks to Beverly. Patterson with it. And McGee picks him up defensively. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Markieff Morris is checked in for the Lakers.
Oh, when the D forgets about him on the perimeter, they're playing with fire. Lucky they don't get burned here.
And stolen by Patterson. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And the quick feet of Beverly really jetting it down the open court for a high percentage opportunity.
Bradley dishes to Howard. Pass to Cook. Smith for three. The Clippers grab the miss. The pass to Patterson. He kicks it to Beverly. Zubac, the pass to man. Clippers moving the ball around. There's the triple. Rebound the Lakers. Howard's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To the right side. Here's Cook. Second shot opportunity. Smith for three. And again, no good by the Lakers. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Lakers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Anthony Davis.
But his defense gave them the spark they needed, protecting the rim with purpose. They were afraid to bring the ball inside against the big fella.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Patrick Beverly. And the Lakers also making a change. JaVale McGee's checked in for Dwight Howard. And 1:01 left here in the fourth quarter. Jackson has the open look. No good on the triple. The Lakers shooting a pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. And the shot is good.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game. A sustained effort across the board.
Puts one up from 19. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
That's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
To the middle. Out to Morris. Clock at 6. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Clippers. Patterson passes to Jackson. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Oh, and really, Jackson excels when the defense gets physical with him. He's more than up for any challenge.
And here's Bradley from three. The shot off that time. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David. the bronze likeness of Lakers great. And with
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed, something special, David. Thanks. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Hardaway is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2 spot. Now here's Porzingis. Here's Powell. And he uses the glass on the layup. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players. But you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
All set. Now Leonard. After Tim Hardaway missed from long range. Leonard inside. Pass to Beverley. Back to Leonard. Shot from 12. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
I'll tell you what, they are effort players, and then at the next level, there's Patrick Beverley.
Finney-Smith passes to Powell. Can't get it to fall.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
And that one's good. Beverley. Beverley's got his second bucket of the night.
I like seeing Patrick Beverley attack the interior. Sometimes he becomes too perimeter-oriented.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Pass to Powell. And it's sent back by Morris. And pushing it up Los Angeles. The Clippers again in transition. And Morris throws it down.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
For Dallas, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Out to Hardaway. Back to Powell. That drops and it comes off the assist from Hardaway.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scorers.
Got a hand on it, and he gets it back. Leonard, no luck.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Paul George with the steal. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up.
You see the power right there from Kawhi. Absorbs contact and able to convert right through it.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Green comes in for Morris. Landry Shamet's checked in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Now here's Williams. He kicks it to Harrell. Count it from 12.
This is the type of playmaker Lou is. Outstanding at getting it to his open guys.
Mavericks trail by 5. Outside Curry. No good from outside. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Clippers. Pulls up, high post, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Cauley Stein, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Williams kicks to Harrell. Shamet on the wing. Williams against Brunson. From about 16, and it's Leonard missing.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch, but right now, he's hurting the team.
Kleba finds Cauley Stein. From the arc. Kleba, no good. Clippers leading by 3. Here's Leonard. There it is, his second make of the game. He's missed 5.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Right, the pass to CLA Stein. Great D that time from Harrell. For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Williams' shot is off, and JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. 11 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Inside, here's CLA Stein. No good with the layup. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Clippers lead by 5. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
We've got Green. Jackson is out there with Lou Williams. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Shamet in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Beasting on defense. First, he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
And Wright kicks to Brunson. Curry looking around. But they'll get another chance. CLA Stein finds Curry. Five on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's CLA Stein. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And Landry Shamet out of Wichita State. Some good young guards coming out of that program.
And another one, GA, that comes to mind, Fred VanVleet, also a former Shocker. Both he and Fred, they are knockdown shooters.
Nice work inside by CLA Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
There's the pass to Harrell. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Back to Shamet. Kicks it to Williams. Passes it to Shamet. Got a piece of it. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
No one on him. He committed to fading away. Probably could have taken more time with that shot.
The shot by Curry, no good.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
And Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Morris comes in for JaMychal Green. George is checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Here's Finney Smith. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Doncic. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Hardaway against Beverley. Rebounded by Hardaway. Mavericks trailed by 5. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
No good from Finney Smith. Clippers have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5.
Oh, wow! He went letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
Hardaway kicks to Doncic. And it's in there. Doncic has got his first points of the game. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts at maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA.
And this is how you score in transition. And Paul George, you just have to appreciate his hustle.
Here's Powell. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubats has got 4 rebounds in this game. Beverly with the ball. Hardaway picks him up. Here's Jackson. That shot missing, and the Mavericks going the other way now. Doncic finds Hardaway. To the inside, stolen by Zubats. On the wing, Morris. Nobody near George. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Hardaway. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And then Hardaway with the dunk.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
But the truth is, those type of plays are going to happen. You just have to regroup mentally and get back to work.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Doncic. An easy 2 points on the layup.
The defense tried, but Doncic gets through. Luka able to put a smooth release on the shot despite the contact.
Pass to Jackson. To the paint. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a... All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At its highest, their lead topped out. And that should...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Paul George really making a difference here.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
On the floor for Dallas. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Powell and the dunk by Powell.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult. And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Out to Hardaway. Pass to Powell. 6 to shoot. Here's Finney-Smith. And the rejection by Zubats. And Finney-Smith gets it to go. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. It's a 5-point game. Powell with the steal. Fast break, Dallas. Porzingis has got the ball. Over Morris. Hardaway trying to free himself up. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Doncic.
And just wanting it more there. You got to like seeing Porzingis beat everyone to the spot in the open floor.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubats. Landry Shamet comes in for Morris. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Brunson. Rebound by Harrell. Clippers leading by 5. Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Cauley Stein passes to Brunson. Back to Cauley Stein, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And George kicks to Williams. George against Wright. That shot, no good. Mavericks trail by 5. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. And he comes up with the deuce.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Jermichael Green, he's checked in for George. And Dallas also making a switch. Doncic is checked in. The free throw drops for Curry. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being. And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Here's Curry with the three. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
That one good for 2.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Williams against Curry. Cauley Stein trying to free himself up. And foul on the shot. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Offensive rebound, outside for Curry, takes the three, good on the triple. Curry's got 6 in the quarter.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Jackson against Curry. Back to Jackson. Curry with the steal. It's Cauley Stein, top of the key, and he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. Marcus Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley comes in for Williams. The Mavericks also with a sub. Porzingis is checked in. Cauley Stein kicks to Porzingis. Curry passes to Cauley Stein. Shoots it. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists now in this one.
Whatever they did right in the first half defensively, we're not seeing it now.
Beverley. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Dallas leading by 3. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
First free throw is good.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
Here's Beverley. Kicks it out to Leonard. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And putting his long arms there to good use. Porzingis has a large catch radius on those alley-oops.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
And so... And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Mavericks leading by 7. They've got Ivica Zubac. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. The shot by Powell, no good. And Morris has got the ball here for Los Angeles. Jackson. And the layup falls.
This is what you get from Reggie Jackson now. Powering through contact and has the focus to complete the play.
Porzingis passes to Powell. Dallas moving it around. And it's the Clippers with the ball. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
To the wing right side. Beverley finds Morris. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Los Angeles making a switch here. George is checked in. And Dallas with a change here too. Curry's checked in for Cauley Stein.
The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him.
That one falls.
And they shot just over 30% in that first half. Not what they were looking for, obviously, but they're getting much better looks here since halftime and have brought that percentage up.
Here's George. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Powell, that's good.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Beverley for 3 in the corner. George with it. Back to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Dishes it to Powell. Back to Doncic. Down low. And the dunk by Powell.
And not efficient in that first half, but they have really picked it up here. The shots that weren't falling earlier are finally finding the bottom of the net.
Here's George. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Curry dishes to Powell. Outside for Curry. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Yep, it goes, and the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Kawhi Leonard.
Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin.
And that one drops.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
There's been an emphasis on ball movement, and he's been a major catalyst.
And the basket is good. George has got 12 points here in the second half.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
Right side Porzingis. Doncic passes to Curry. Jacks up a 3. But they recover it. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 6th rebound on the night. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Curry gets the bucket.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And Talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Here's Finney Smith, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers. And Dallas with a change here, too. Hardaway's checked in for Curry.
Oh, and he caps that off in style. He gets the finish with the harm. Huge possession there to extend the lead.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Outside, Porzingis. And the pass to Finney Smith. It's good.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Really getting it done. Out to Morris from downtown. Got it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And that's a clutch bucket by Morris, showing the team they can count on him down the stretch.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. 26 seconds left in the game.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
You know what? They're focused right now. Every possession has to yield points.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
And they still have a foul to give at this point.
Passes to Leonard. And here is Powell. Finney Smith kicks to Porzingis. So a close game sees Dallas taking this. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up.